Well, let's continue our look at Salzedo's Song in the Night. And last time we stopped right before this 6/8 section. So that first section was sort of introductory material. And now we get this nice rhythmic section that carries us almost until the end of the piece. And sort of the building block of this section is a bar that goes like this. So it's kind of catchy, eh? It's nice. And the thing to think about in this bar are those triplets, this little triplet. And make sure that the notes in the weak position, the middle of that triplet, that they're not getting lost, that it's driving us through this triplet, that each of them is present and it's even, and if anything there's a little bit of a crescendo through the triplet, though not necessarily all the way into that last note. So just like any time we're trying to get something really even, just playing it slowly, playing it faster, and really listening, paying attention to each note, making sure that there's not one note that's not being placed, maybe coming a little bit too early or a little too late, making sure that none of the fingers are too soft or too loud, that it's just really even. And then we get the start of these bars where we have glisses, and I talked about these glisses in my episode about glisses, and there are these short, sharp glisses where you're just sort of using the arm. So there's a couple things to practice with these. There's practicing the range, so kind of slowly, and it's awkward to do these glisses slowly, but and you're not really, because they're so fast, you can't really play that. You're just so you can practice just glissing. Glissing right until that last note. And then you can practice the actual feeling of playing them at speed and not worrying as much about the actual notes to begin with, is we're just getting used to this idea of you can probably pay attention to the first note that you're getting. And it's fun to try to get them really fast. The thing to pay attention to is, as they're getting faster, is to make sure that there's no tension creeping into the wrists. And particularly because this is unlike playing normally, we don't necessarily do this type of action, this sort of arm motion, a lot. So there's more risk, because it's not a practiced motion in the same sense that normal playing is. There's a greater risk that your body will start to get tight because you're trying to think about it and figure out, is this the right thing? Are we doing it right? Is everything working? So just making sure as you feel tension creep in, just taking it back. It's just really loose, really easy. So that even as it gets faster, there's no tension. So that's the secret to that. So we get these little bars. Etc. Or the double time, or well, not quite double time, but the triplets. So So again, take that really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just repeat that bar time after time and gradually getting faster. We have these very dramatic, very fast, sharp gliss going up. Some slight changes in our notes, again with this little. So instead of that, we have. And then you may or may not have, at this point, as you're working on this piece, have come across a section like this, where you are playing notes normally with the bottom fingers, with 2, 3, and 4, but the thumb is glissing so that, or sliding, it's sliding so that that second finger is being played normally, and the thumb is just sliding. And then finally, the thumb gets played normally on that last chord. And the point of that is to increase the speed that you can play it. Of course, you're being able to place all these notes, so you can play them really quickly, but we can't place all these thumb notes, you know. So if we had to play and then replace, find and replace, and find and replace, it's going to be a lot slower. So this way, it's almost as if we're able to place 3, as if we had 3 thumbs here. So if you've never done something like that before, that can take a little bit of practice, and again, just slowly working on that. The next sort of interesting spot is where we get this gliss bar, but with fingernails instead. So in this case, we're using our fingernails for this downward gliss. So instead of our thumb, we're using our fingernails. And I would place, because in several cases we do have this chord that we're trying to gliss, a third and then a second. So I would play something similar to that, but it's not essential here. Again, it's just sort of that effect. You can do a bit of a, bit of a finger movement. It's mainly, again, with the hand and the arm, but you can do a little bit of the fingers flying out, because that means the arm has to work less. It's easier for the fingers to just sort of fly out and then come back. So again, just practice that. And we have this thumb gliss up with a thumbnail, so that here going up. We get these gradually getting quieter bars of. And I use the thumb there, the third finger instead of the second finger. And again, I talked about this in the gliss episode, but it's a kind of a closing of the hand. this dramatic little gliss. Or what is it? And then this goofy little, can't remember what Salzedo calls it, but it's you're running your left hand up the wire strings. To get this sort of whistling effect. And at the same time, what he wants in the right hand is that the 4 is glissing upwards normally, and the thumb is glissing with the thumbnail, because of course you can't gliss upwards any other way with a thumb. And the final little bit of this rhythmic section is the knocking on the soundboard. So that's this stuff right here. And I find that somewhat awkward. If you're a pianist, this is probably going to be a little bit easier for you, just because you'll be used to sort of that percussive effect with the fingers. So you're trying to use the point of the fingers, careful not to curve too far over because you don't want to hit your fingernails into the soundboard. But at the same time, you don't want to just get the fleshy part, because there's going to be less sound. You want to kind of get the tip where the bone is a little bit closer to the skin. Now, his fingering, so to speak, includes the thumb for those triplets. I find that very awkward, so I just do 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. You could also do 4, 3, 2, 3. So and again, I think if you're a pianist, that probably might feel fairly good. But again, just play around with that and see what feels right to you. Practice working it in, that rhythm with the left hand. 1. And then when you get this triplet, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Etc. And then we get a slightly different rhythm with so we get the triplet later on. I just do 3 again. He's got that marked 2. And then here again I do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'm just alternating 3 and 2. You can do 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. Which again I find awkward, but I think as a pianist might be easier, or just if it might suit you. So, or as marked the. As you can see, I because I don't use the thumb, I haven't practiced that in recent years, but that is his suggestion there. So we get that, sort of finish that section off. We get a full-fledged smash with the left hand. So again, be careful that you're not getting your fingernails in there, and that you're just getting the sort of the tips where that bone is close to the surface. Gets you a nice sound, so to speak. And we wind our way down with this section here. And something to pay attention to there is just those harmonics trying to. And my battery just ran out on my video camera, so let's hopefully got enough juice now to finish this off. And as I was saying with this little section, hopefully you nail that first harmonic, and then just try to make sure that you're hitting that same place for the rest of the way through. And again, getting this one, we got what do we got? There we go. And then we get this creepy little section here at the end. And there you're finished. So again, this is a section where you're trying to get that third and the second with the fingernails. So not too much to that. So hopefully you've enjoyed this and are ready to give a great performance of Salzedo's Song in the Night.